Sound of thunderous applause. You think this is over? It's just the beginning. Hey everyone, let me paint you a picture. It was a sun-drenched afternoon at the Wisteria Grove Summer Jubilee. Kids' laughter filled the air, the scent of grilling brats was intoxicating, and I was at the community griddle, flipping patties for charity. I was thinking, this is as perfect as small-town life gets, until it exploded into a showdown nobody saw coming. My partner, Samantha, was just trying to enjoy the day when a self-proclaimed neighborhood empress, Veronica, decided to flex her authority. She brazenly waved a fraudulent $20,000 fine right in Samantha's face, with half the community watching. Veronica's smirk was a masterclass in smugness. She thought she had Samantha trapped. But what she didn't know was that she had just picked a fight with the wrong woman. Let me take you back to that day in Wisteria Grove, our little slice of suburban heaven where the biggest drama is usually about whose lawn is too green. The festival was in full swing, cotton candy, a local folk band warming up, the whole vibe screaming community pride. I'm at the griddle, sweat beading on my brow, when I spot Samantha near the neighborhood association booth. She's locked in a tense stare-down with Veronica Prowse, our association's chairperson who'd made it her life's mission to rule this place like her personal fiefdom. Veronica is in her late 50s, with that look of someone who has spent far too many hours policing mailbox colors and not enough time living a real life. She's waving this official-looking paper, her voice dripping with the arrogant confidence of a person who believes they've already won. Samantha, though, was as cool as a cucumber. She had just been named Wisteria Grove's police chief, a fact we'd kept under wraps for security reasons, with the big announcement set for the following week. She was wearing this heavy windbreaker, odd for a warm summer day, but I didn't think much of it. Samantha has always been careful, especially after 15 years climbing the ranks and specializing in financial fraud cases. She knows how fast things can spiral when egos get bruised. Veronica, however, wasn't reading the room. She was holding up this so-called emergency assessment notice, demanding every household pay up $20,000 by Monday for some vague, community upgrade. The way she was strutting, you'd think she was handing down a royal decree. Calm as ever, Samantha asked to see the association meeting minutes and the voting records, the kind of paperwork that would make this legal. She pointed out, ever so politely, that Veronica hadn't followed proper protocol. There was no official notice, no quorum, nothing. That's when Veronica's mask slipped. She pulled out another document, this one with what looked like official seals and a judge's signature, claiming it was a court order signed by some big-shot retired judge named Victor Graham. This isn't a request, Samantha, she sneered, her voice dripping with gotcha energy. It's a legal mandate. I have friends in high places, and you're not weaseling out of this. A crowd began to gather now, phones out, including 16-year-old Mia Carlisle, whose dad runs the corner hardware store. She was live-streaming this entire mess, sensing some major TikTok gold. Samantha's hand twitched toward her belt, a move I knew meant she was assessing the situation, but her face remained impassive, as if she were playing a game of chess while Veronica was just flipping the board. The air grew thick with tension, the band had gone silent, and then Veronica went full nuclear. She dialed 911 right there, spinning a wild tale about Samantha being disorderly and trespassing on community grounds by defying a court order. She was practically performing for the crowd, painting herself as the victimized leader fending off some rogue resident. I was watching, spatula frozen mid-flip, thinking, oh, lady, you just stepped in it. 2 patrol cars rolled up, their sirens cutting through the festival's hum. Officers Ben Carlisle and Elena Reyes stepped out. Both were new to our force. Elena had just transferred in last month. They looked at Veronica, who was speed-walking toward them, clutching her folder like it was the Constitution itself. Officers, thank God you're here, she began, her voice all trembly as if she were auditioning for a Lifetime movie. This woman is threatening me and refusing to comply with legal orders. I need her arrested, disorderly conduct, trespassing, the works. She waved her papers, confident she was about to get Samantha hauled off in cuffs. Samantha, however, just stood there, hands at her sides, a quiet confidence radiating off her as if she were waiting for the punchline. Officer Ben, a guy with a decade under his belt, looked skeptical. He'd clearly seen this kind of neighborhood drama before. Ma'am, what's the probable cause here? He asked Veronica, who doubled down, claiming Samantha's defiance was contempt of court and her mere presence at the festival was trespassing. It was creative, I'll give her that, but it was about to fall apart spectacularly. I stepped in, keeping my hands visible and my voice low. "Officers, I think there's a mix-up with these documents." Veronica snapped at me. "This is police business now, Thomas. Stay out of it." But Samantha caught my eye and gave me a tiny nod, as if to say, "Hold tight. I got this." The crowd was buzzing now. Mia's live stream had hit 1,000 viewers, the comments were flying. People were eating this up. Then Veronica delivered her ultimatum, loud enough for everyone to hear. "Officers, this woman has 5 minutes to produce $20,000, or I'm demanding her arrest." She pulled out her phone, started a timer, and smirked like she was on a reality show. The festival went dead silent, the kids' laughter gone, just the low hum of tension and Mia's phone capturing every second. Samantha, completely unfazed, simply said, "Let's clarify the proper procedures first, Veronica." Her voice was calm, but there was an edge to it, as if she were holding an ace nobody had seen yet. Veronica was counting down, 4 minutes left, as if she were running a game show. But Samantha wasn't sweating it. Ben was flipping through her documents, his face tightening as he spotted something off. The seals looked fishy, the edges blurry, like they had been scanned and reprinted. "Why is a retired judge signing new court orders?" he asked. Veronica was quick, but her voice cracked. "These are legitimate, signed by Judge Graham himself. He's overseeing this personally." But Ben wasn't buying it, and neither was Elena, who was quietly radioing dispatch to check Graham's status. That's when Miss Evelyn Hawthorne, our 70-year-old retired librarian who had lived here forever, stepped forward, clutching a cardboard box like it was her life's work. She'd been standing at the edge of the crowd, watching and waiting. "Chief Evans," she said, her voice steady. "I've got something for you." She opened the box. Years of association records, receipts, and notes, all organized like a librarian's dream. "Veronica has been running this place like her personal bank for years," she said. "I've got proof, unauthorized transfers, fake invoices, you name it." Samantha's eyes lit up, scanning the papers. She was in her element now, the fraud specialist who had spent years untangling financial scams. The box showed payments to a Wisteria Security Group, a company that didn't exist, plus receipts for a pool installation charged to the association's emergency fund. Veronica's face was paling, but she was still clutching her phone, the timer at 2 minutes like it was her last lifeline. Then Ben's radio crackled. Unit 5. Judge Graham's seal was revoked 6 months ago upon his retirement. Any documents with it are fraudulent. The crowd gasped. Mia's live stream exploded to 10,000 viewers, and Veronica's smugness completely crumbled. Samantha unzipped her jacket, slowly and deliberately, revealing the police chief's badge glinting in the sun. "I think it's time we clarify who has jurisdiction here," she said, handing Ben her ID. "I'm Samantha Evans, Wisteria Grove Police Chief, appointed last week." Dispatch confirmed it, loud and clear, "Chief Evans, badge 892, status verified." Ben and Elena snapped to attention, saluting her as if she had just walked out of a war room. Veronica was frozen, her timer ticking down to nothing. The crowd was silent, jaws dropped, as Samantha took charge. "Officers, secure these documents and Veronica's phony, exigent circumstances pending investigation." Mia's camera caught it all, the chat went wild with, "Is that the chief?" and "Veronica's done for." Veronica tried to bolt, speed walking toward her BMW, but the festival's layout trapped her, cars and booths boxing her in. She was panicking, fumbling with her phone, and in her frantic haste, she accidentally went live on Facebook, broadcasting her attempts to delete texts and muttering about Graham and the plan. Her 1,200 friends were watching, comments flooding in with shock and glee. She was calling Graham, screaming, "They're not listening, Victor. Do something." But Samantha was already on it, asking dispatch to verify Graham's bar status. The response was brutal. "Graham has been under investigation for bribery since his forced retirement last year." Samantha was digging through Evelyn's box now, finding bank transfers, $180,000 siphoned from the association to Veronica's accounts labeled as consulting fees or temporary loans. There was even a spreadsheet listing 50 families, their incomes, and how much they could be squeezed for. This wasn't just Wisteria Grove, her plans were to hit 12 other homeowners associations across the state, projecting millions in fraudulent assessments. Samantha looked at Veronica, her voice ice cold. Care to explain these transfers, Mrs. Prowse? Veronica stammered. It's for community improvements, I swear. But nobody was buying it. The crowd was turning, neighbors whispering about shady fees they had paid, the fear of Veronica's legal threats keeping them quiet until now. Samantha made the call. Dispatch, this is Chief Evans. Requesting the state AG's fraud unit and internal affairs, possible organized crime involving forged documents. Detective Lena Bennett from the state AG's office rolled up 20 minutes later, badge shining, with internal affairs Mike Tran in tow. Samantha briefed them as if she had done this 100 times. We've got evidence of systematic fraud, judicial impersonation, and a multi-state scheme. They searched Veronica's car, finding laptops, USBs, and files detailing scams across the region, resident lists, fake court orders, the works. Veronica locked herself in her BMW, shouting about lawsuits, but it's over. Lena offered her a deal, cooperate or face worse, but Veronica was too far gone, yelling about her connections. The kicker? Veronica's phone has texts with Graham, planning this for months, even joking about the suckers who would pay up. There was a blueprint for targeting rich retirement communities next, banking on folks too scared to fight back. Mia's live stream was at 25,000 viewers now, with people from other states chiming in about similar HOA scams. This was bigger than we thought. 3 days later, Veronica cracked in an FBI interrogation, spilling everything, a network spanning 20 homeowners associations run through a fake law firm in Charlotte, pulling in $1.5 million a year. She even admitted they sold residents' personal info, social security numbers, bank details, to data brokers. Her sentence, 4 years in federal prison, $300,000 in restitution, and banned from homeowners associations for life. Graham got 6 years, disbarred, his pension gone. Wisteria Grove, we turned it around. Evelyn is our new association president, pushing for total transparency. The recovered funds built a playground, a community center, and a fund for seniors. Veronica's half-finished pool is now the neighborhood swim center, with kids splashing where Agreed used to sit. Samantha is the hero we didn't know we needed, her calm leadership making Wisteria Grove a model for community policing. But Veronica's last words in that interrogation haunt me: you think you've won, but this goes deeper than you know. The FBI is still digging, saying it's a nationwide network now, and Samantha is helping lead the charge. I'm so proud of her, but man, it's a reminder that evil like that doesn't just stop. So, what do you think? Was Veronica just a bully who got too big for her britches? Or is there something darker out there still pulling strings? Drop your state in the comments and tell me if you've ever dealt with a homeowners association nightmare like this. Hit subscribe if you're all about seeing justice served.